bring in aviation attorney Brian Alexander to help us out with this. Brian, what will investigators be looking for and really need to know about this flight before it flipped upside down right there in Toronto?
Yeah, good morning, Stephanie. I think Sam alluded to some of the things that they'll look at. The first priority will be to review all the communications between the crew and the air traffic control tower. Obviously, a review of both of the black boxes, the cockpit voice recorder to see what the conversation was inside the cockpit on the approach and the moments before impact. And then the data itself, which is the systems data on the flight data recorder, will give them valuable information about all of the systems, what systems were deployed or not before the landing, and any other data concerning airspeeds and the like, all of which will be very helpful to put the pieces together to figure this out.
And Brian, in your experience, have you seen anything like this before? Anything like this happen? Any cases similar to this that you've taken on?
I've been asked that. It initially reminded me of an accident back in 2008 in Denver, Colorado. It was actually a takeoff, and the wind gusts were a little bit underreported near the limit of it was Boeing 737, near the limits of that aircraft. And then there were gusts that occurred essentially unexpectedly that exceeded that tolerance and literally blew the aircraft off of the runway. Which was surprising. Initially, it looked to be reminiscent of that. Now, there's a little more focus on the landing itself and what may have been going on vis-a-vis a gust or some other factors that caused that harder landing.
Brian, there were 80 passengers on that flight. Remarkably, everyone was able to make it out of that plane. A couple folks injured. Was it surprising for you, or was that expected just based on how this plane landed, that people were able to get out safely?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think the landing and the severity of the impact, the fact that there was an immediate fire upon impact, and then, of course, that the aircraft at a significant rate of speed flipped all the way over on and then off an icy runway really makes it even more incredible and miraculous that everyone was able to be quickly evacuated, that the emergency responders were on the scene so quickly, that the passengers and crew did an incredible job of getting off. And obviously, the survivability of the inside of the cabin. The redesign of seats a number of years ago to withstand greater forces is clearly important. And then again, everybody listening and then not grabbing their items, personal items, and moving to the exits quickly to get clear was important and indeed miraculous here.
And that's something that we keep hearing about, just how quickly everyone was able to move, and that clearly contributed to everyone's life being saved on that plane. Thank you very much for your time. Brian Alexander with Kreindler and Kreindler. Appreciate your insights.